Hello, good afternoon. Right, this afternoon I'm planting my main crop, potatoes today, which are Desiree. I plant these a little bit differently to the way I plant my salad and new potatoes. I use the hill method. So basically all you do is you dig a trench. I then dig holes further deeper into that trench. Place my potatoes in the holes. But before I place my potatoes into the holes, I scratch off any extra eyes. I generally tend to leave about 3 sprouts, whatever you call them, out your way. I put the potato into the hole and chuck a little bit of horse manure on top of it, which is in those bags over there. And then basically scrape the soil back over, which then forms a hill or a mound. And I'll bring you back after I've done that. So I've put some horse manure on, only a little, just a light dressing. And we've also sprinkled a bit of spuds galore fertiliser, which is from Elixir Gardens. You can find it on all the usual shopping apps, I suppose, or you can buy it direct from them, which is what I did, I think. So I'll just hill up now and I'll bring you back again. Right, they've been hilled up now. You can't really see it very well. Probably get a better angle. I'll start like that now. I'll probably hill them up again a bit later on in the season if we have any sort of severe frost. I don't tend to worry too much about frost. It does kill a little bit the foliage, but they always come through in the end. Most importantly now, don't water them. There's enough moisture in the soil. They're not going to dry out because they're probably about a foot deep. If you tend to water, I feel like it sets the rot in a little bit. So, don't be watering them, even if it's really dry, which I doubt it will be very much. So, okay, I'll get on and do another row and I'll bring you back once that's done. So I'll just quickly explain a little bit more about taking the eyes, sprouts, whatever you call them, off the potatoes. So if you leave all of these sprouts on, you'll get lots and lots of roots coming out with lots and lots of small potatoes. However, if you reduce the number of eyes, you'll get bigger potatoes but less of them. So I think it's a better quality potato than tons and tons of little ones. So I'll just quickly show you how I do it. It's dead simple. So literally scratch them off. So there will be some little tiny ones as well, such as this here. Just scratch it out with your fingernail or knife or whatever you feel like doing. So you're probably down to 2 or 3. Decent sprouts. Not do. I'll just quickly explain how these things work. Basically, this seed potato is kind of a tuber. It's like a storage device for all of the goodness, etc, etc. So in turn it produces these chits, sprouts, whatever you want. And if you look very closely on the bottom, you can see these little white dots. So these little white dots are roots. That's where the root system comes out. So once these start growing, it throws the roots out, the roots start feeding, it then produces the plant, which produces more potatoes, etc, etc. This then is used up, so you can, sometimes it turns to mush, sometimes it's pretty much as exactly as you put it in when you dig them back up again ready at harvest time. So it's dead clever. Little tiny white roots appearing. So we're down to 3 sprouts on this. It's ready to go in. So that's the second row done. I'm going to chuck some manure on, chuck a little bit more fertiliser on, and then leave them. There we go, 2 perfect rows of potatoes. See you later.